See the world by train. This time we'll take a journey through Australia and New Zealand. Solaced by the occasional sight of humorous animals, the train will run through the vast outback, which makes up 75% of Australia. The changing colors of the unobstructed sky will fascinate our eyes. Genuine smiles will meet us everywhere, sometimes with a friendly hug. Beautiful flowers will greet us in New Zealand. And so will gigantic whales. Let's look forward to these encounters and more in our journey through Australia and New Zealand. We'll begin by going across the Australian continent from east to west by way of the Indian Pacific. Sydney is Australia's front door. If you're traveling in Australia, you will most likely come to this city first. It's been more than 200 years since the British first settled on this continent, but nature still prevails here, and people love it. Sydney Central Railway Station is a massive edifice in a neo-Gothic style. It is the center of Australia's railway system, which is more than 27,000 miles in length. Its enormous concourse is never underpopulated because people know that one of the best ways to get the first-hand experience, the feel of the outback of Australia, is to travel by train. The Indian Pacific is a luxury train that traverses the continent. The powerful diesel engine that drives it is painted in green and yellow, the colors of Rail Australia. To ride the Indian Pacific is already an end in itself for many of the passengers. Many Australian couples take this train on special occasions, such as their wedding anniversary or the husband's retirement.
It's getting warm.
To them, this is a way of rewarding themselves for what they have gone through over the years. Therefore, a bottle of champagne is an indispensable companion. Departing from Sydney at 2:40 p.m., the train will cover the distance of 2,700 miles over a span of 4 days. There are several different classes on the Indian Pacific. This is a coach class car. Roomy reclining seats guarantee a comfortable and yet economical trip. This is a first-class twinette, a compartment for two. It comes equipped with a hot shower, a sink, and a small refrigerator.
Then presented in such a fashion. We supply 2 pillows per bed. And then if you have to, we said.
And this is a first-class compartment for one, called a roomette. This compact space nonetheless contains a bed and a bathroom. Passengers meet each other in the lounge car. About 2 hours after leaving Sydney, the train passes through the only mountainous area during the trip. The Blue Mountains, so named because the vapor from eucalyptus trees makes the mountains look blue. Especially striking are these strangely shaped rocks called the Three Sisters. The Aboriginal legend has it that these are 3 beautiful sisters transformed into rocks. While the sun is still high above, the Indian Pacific livens up for the special moment of the day. It's dinner time. To the first-class passengers, an entire course is served. They choose their dishes from the menu, complete with a selection of wines. The first morning arrives. A day on the Indian Pacific begins with a cup of coffee, delivered right to your compartment.
Good morning, how are you?
Kindly make the way to the Queen Adelaide restaurant for your breakfast meal will now be
Breakfast begins at 7 a.m. The kitchen becomes rather hectic in preparation. The breakfast served on the Indian Pacific is quite substantial. Meat, eggs, and vegetables. Farm produce is never in short supply in this country. Farther down the aisle, there is the most expensive compartment on the train, the deluxe cabin. It is twice as large as the twinette and offers all kinds of comforts you would find in a hotel room. And there is only one deluxe cabin in the entire train.
It's only because, of course, it's the only room that has that, so we've all seen a million other forms, it's just interesting. The other one's
If you start seeing trees out the windows in the second morning, pay attention. There they are. Kangaroos. In the comfort of the luxury train, you see wild kangaroos. This is one of the experiences peculiar to the Indian Pacific. About 680 miles west of Sydney, Broken Hill is a mining town reminiscent of the days of the settlers. The Indian Pacific stops here for an hour. Broken Hill is famous for silver. There once was a time when it produced 1/3 of all the silver in the world. Today's newspapers are brought aboard the train. Leaving Broken Hill behind, the train now heads for Adelaide in the state of South Australia. The train arrives at Adelaide, about 1,000 miles away from Sydney. Adelaide is the capital of the state of South Australia, with a population of about 1 million. Formerly, as the only colony here was comprised totally of free and unconvicted settlers, South Australia is known for the gentility of its cities. Five cars are added at Adelaide. The Indian Pacific now has 21 cars in total.
You're going to see the lady.
Yeah, we're just going to take a look. Come back, straight back.
Yeah, okay. No problem.
The train departs at 7 p.m. in the setting sun, with more passengers aboard. The morning sun shines in through the windows for a third time. There are two dining cars on the Indian Pacific. One, reserved for the first-class passengers, is called the Queen Adelaide Restaurant. This one is called the Cafe Matilda. Just as breakfast begins, we enter the Nullarbor Plain. The Nullarbor Nullarbor Plain is an almost endlessly flat, dry expanse of land. In the sky above, a wedge-tailed eagle, the king of the plain, glides around. It is on the lookout for hares and kangaroos. The Indian Pacific borrows its emblem from the lone and regal image of this bird of prey. Lone indeed is the Indian Pacific on the Nullarbor Plain, as it goes on the longest straight stretch of tracks in the world. There is not a single curve for as long as 297 miles. The tracks stretching ahead disappear straight into the horizon. The train goes at a speed of 120 kilometers, or 75 miles per hour. One cannot help but wonder if the driver doesn't get drowsy after a while. Don't worry, he keeps himself busy by pushing the vigilance control button every 60 seconds. The Indian Pacific now crosses the state border and enters Western Australia, the biggest state on the continent. Time to change shifts, too. Just how big is Western Australia? Combine Great Britain, New Zealand, and Japan, and you'll still have enough room to add Texas to it. That's how big this one state really is. And are you big enough to understand that? Well, perhaps not. On the evening of the third day, roast beef is being prepared. Customarily, they serve roast beef on the third and last evening of the trip. Only the sky has no customs to follow, presenting a new and unexpected scene each time. Passengers seem reluctant to retire to their own compartments tonight.
Have a good breakfast tonight.
The last morning on the Indian Pacific has come. To protect the unique ecological system of Australia, all the leftover fruit or plants are collected before reaching Perth. The 2,700-mile trip over a span of 64 hours is coming to an end. At 7 a.m., we arrive at East Perth Station. Having completed such a long trip, the passengers are filled with both satisfaction and relief. and life returns to normal. Perth, in the state of Western Australia, is a city full of greenery and modern architecture. The dazzling sunlight and the soothing blue of the ocean welcome the tired travelers. We will now take a ride on the Gun, which will carry us to Alice Springs in the middle of the continent. We are back in Adelaide in South Australia. A sedate and peaceful atmosphere permeates this beautiful town. A nice prelude to inner Australia, where the harsher climate is waiting for us. Adelaide Station. The train headed for Alice Springs in the middle of the continent departs from here. They named it the Gun after the Afghans who used to travel toward inner Australia in a caravan on camelback. The Gun traces the route they used to follow long ago. Off we go, towards what they call the outback, the inner part of Australia where the climate is rather unrelenting. But don't worry for now, because the Gun is equipped with all kinds of things that will make your trip quite comfortable. This is the lounge car, where passengers meet and chat with each other at ease. If you get bored of that, move on to the entertainment car. Slot machines are here to keep you, entertained. And that's not even the end of it. How about a video movie? Or do you need a haircut? These are the first class compartments. They take care of you while you remain seated. And this is the second class car. Wherever you choose to hide, fun is guaranteed. The dining car is now all set. The setting sun penetrates obliquely, and it draws the crimson curtain as it bows out of the day. A new day begins. What is revealed now is the dry view of the outback. Punctuated here and there with wild animals, this vast nothingness has the curious effect of emancipation. Time slows down suddenly as the train heads on inward. The temperature mounts. The gan drags its long body onward, like a desert snake in languor, in meditation. Signs of civilization re-enter the scenery as the gan approaches its destination. "23 hours after leaving Adelaide, the gan has arrived at Alice Springs, at the other end of the 969-mile-long trodden trail. Situated in the middle of Australia and covered with red dirt, Alice Springs has a nickname of Red Centre. The Aboriginals, the native people of this continent, gather in the shade of a lush tree. The greenery is quite refreshing to the eyes, now accustomed to the bare red. As the name implies, Alice Springs is a green oasis welling up in the middle of the barren outback. Next, we go down the eastern shoreline on the Queenslander. Cairns, in the state of Queensland, is a tropical resort. The sweet aroma of tropical flowers wafts over in the wind. This rainforests in the outskirts of Cairns is estimated to have been formed about 60,000 years ago. It is, arguably, the oldest forest on Earth. Wildlife thrives in it. Primeval beauty dominates its form. In the morning, the express train called the Queenslander departs from Cairns Station. The Queenslanders' destination is Brisbane on the Gold Coast. The style of this first-class compartment matches the mood of the tropical resort. The train heads south along the shoreline. Let's take a look inside the Queenslander.
Just comes down like that. We have donors.
This is a first-class twinette, a compartment for two.
Okay, we have a couple of wardrobes here. We have the hand basin here. This water is drinkable.
An assortment of perfumes. And bathrobes also come with it.
Very large mounds of dirt.
This is the lounge car.
All the way. Why not take all the way?
Music supplements the passing scenery outside the windows
Take my lips, I want to lose them. Take my arms, I'll never use.
and it enhances the romance.
Your goodbye left me with eyes aground. How can I go undoing without you?
Four hours have passed since departure. It's lunchtime.
Well, if you saw the water, just out of well, I hope you enjoy your trip with me. Thank you.
The train now approaches Townsville. Leaving Townsville behind, we head on south. Despite the view, this area is technically still in the tropics. The coast around here has traditionally been favored by sailors because of the tranquil waters protected by the Great Barrier Reef. The train hurries on, away from the sun in the northern sky. The sun sets in the west like an overripe fruit, immersing everything in amber as in crystallized aroma. Poetry doesn't fill your stomach. Nothing can take the place of a delicious dinner. As darkness surrounds the train, reminders of the nearby ocean are delivered to your table by the chef. Meanwhile, the Queenslander proceeds. It's past 4 a.m. when we arrive at Rockhampton. We part with the Queenslander here. Known as the beef capital of Australia, Rockhampton is situated right on the Tropic of Capricorn. There is a train going from here to the west, almost tracing the Tropic of Capricorn. It's called the Spirit of the Outback. It goes right into the outback like the early settlers did. The train departs from Rockhampton and heads for Longreach, a town far into the continent. Having just left the beef capital of Australia, the dining car is, of course, loaded with juicy beef. Passengers enjoy this invigorating lunch. The scenery becomes more and more uncivilized as the train goes along. Among the trees outside the windows, you notice a great number of strange brown growths. These are mounds built by termites. The tallest of their skyscrapers can be more than 3 feet in height. As the sun begins to set, we finally arrive at Longreach. Once prosperous with the base of Qantas located here, Longreach now has a population of about 3,500, greatly outnumbered by that of sheep. Only the not-so-clement climate has remained the same. One step out of the town, it's the outback. These wild animals have seen it all. Next, we travel through New Zealand. The Southern Alps overlook this third largest city in New Zealand, Christchurch. Christchurch has a nickname of Garden City. Parks are scattered throughout the city, and the flowers are blossoming throughout the year. Early in the morning at Christchurch Station, a northbound train called the Coastal Pacific Express is about to depart. Its destination is Picton, about 200 miles away. Inside the train, morning tea is served. Tea, coffee, and a piece of cake accompany the relaxing view outside the windows. The coastal Pacific salutes the Pacific Ocean. From this point on, the train will go along its coastline. And now children have something to look out for. Three hours after departure, we arrive at Kaikoura. The snow-capped mountains of the Southern Alps dominate this small town from one side. The waves of the Pacific Ocean lap it from the other. Off the coast of Kaikoura is a famous site for whale watching. Sperm whales can be seen here all year round. An average adult can be as long as 50 feet and weigh as much as 45 tons. Having taken a deep breath, this one waves bye-bye to the snowy mountains and disappears. The coastal Pacific waves bye-bye to Kaikoura and moves on. Now the Kaikoura Range is in full view. More than 1,200 feet high, these mountains are never without snow all year round. Snow-capped mountains on the left side, the Pacific Ocean on the right. The train heads north through a magnificent landscape. Now we pass by Lake Grasmere. It is one of the major sources of salt in New Zealand. 150,000 tons of salt are produced here yearly. Five and a half hours have passed since we left Christchurch. Now we are arriving at Picton, our final stop. Picton plays an important role in connecting the two major islands of New Zealand. Wellington, the capital of New Zealand on the North Island, is only 3 hours away from here by ferry. We return to the center of the South Island, Christchurch. At the platform of Christchurch Station, an express train called the Southerner prepares for its departure. It is bound for Invercargill, about 370 miles to the south. The Canterbury Plains extend outside the windows. Does the clear sky give you a craving for cold drinks? A buffet car is there for you. Soda or oranges? Naturally, a certain kind of thirst can only be quenched by a certain drink. Speaking of refreshments, how about this for a change? Blowing the courtesy horn, the Southerner begins to cross the Waitaki River that flows into the Pacific Ocean. And now it's time for lunch. Hot lunch is brought right to your seat. As lunch progresses, we enter the region known as Otago. The 30 miles or so from here to Dunedin presents fascinating scenery, bordered by jagged shorelines. The Southerner pulls into Dunedin Station about 220 miles away from Christchurch. The first settlers who arrived here in 1847 were Scottish. Often tagged as the Edinburgh of the Southern Hemisphere, this town retains a strong Scottish flavor even today. Dunedin Station was built in 1906, before New Zealand became a dominion of the British Empire. It's a good example of Edwardian architecture. Circumventing Lake Waihola, the Southerner continues on south. When the setting sun starts to cast long shadows over the idyllic landscape, we are not far from Invercargill, our final destination. Invercargill is at the southern tip of New Zealand. Located just short of 6,000 miles south of Tokyo, this town is less than 3,000 miles away from the South Pole. The townspeople proudly call it the town closest to the South Pole. Our journey through the vast Australian continent and the beautiful scenery of New Zealand has reached an end.